Thank you TEDxDSU for having me here. It's a great opportunity for personally me and for Bangalore Traffic Police to say our vision or how we are dealing with day-to-day activities of traffic management and indirectly boosting the economy of the city and our country. So, first speaker with a presentation, because all my predecessors had no presentation and had a direct eye contact with each of the members present here. I've got a small presentation of just 10 slides, just some statistics, some perspectives. Otherwise, it would be good to go. So, I'll start forward that way. So, the perspective, the challenges what Bangalore faces, basically, in terms of here, what I want to say is that the growth of vehicles in Bangalore have been triple or 3 times more than the population of Bangalore. What I mean to say is annual growth of population in Bangalore is just 3.5%, whereas the annual growth of vehicles in Bangalore has been 10%. So you can understand the amount of pressure what vehicles bring to our city basically. It is of course related to the economic prosperity with each individuals what we have got here. Social aspirations of course, because everybody socially want to be independent, mobile, and it talks about the status symbol too. But whether our infrastructure, whether our all other supportive things are ready for it is what the challenge lies behind. So due to this huge growth, if you see the speed at which which we travel across Bangalore has really come down, which indirectly and directly impacts our economic growth. A study from NASSCOM, which was done like 2.5 years back in 2022-23, which says that around 6 lakh to 7 lakh hours have been lost or a loss of productivity due to traffic congestion. So here in terms of crisis, in September 2023, we had had a kind of a gridlock in Bangalore, especially in our IT corridor. Maybe some of you who would have followed Bangalore traffic, you have known about it. I was personally witnessing it. I was on field on that day in a capacity to see what best I can do out of it. That is the day when we saw that almost for 45 minutes, the IT corridor or the ORR, what we call it, it was standstill due to so many other reasons, and we really literally or physically had to indulge it into physical operations of stopping the traffic coming onto the main road to see to it that the circulation begins. Once the circulation started after 45 minutes, then slowly it took almost 5 to 6 hours to restore the traffic. Since then, what we have taken forward is an approach where we'll be having a collaborative and a combined approach of collecting a lot of data, analyzing or handling those data, and using those data for taking a further course of action. So due to this, we had a really tough time, and it was an eye-opener for all of us, because before that it was never a gridlock situation has happened in any part of Bangalore. And to simulate with that or to add with that part, a study in 2023 done by Institute of Social and Economic Change, Nagarbavi, they have also come up with a statistic saying that around 25,000 crores of money have been lost due to congestion, and around 7 lakh hours was lost due to traffic. So these challenges had made us understand that yes, the problem is of an elephant size in a room, and how better or how efficiently if we try to manage it, maybe solving a 5% of it, which might not impact or look to be a greater impact, but even a 5% of improvement in terms of numbers, you can understand how impactful or how ultimately it will lead to a better output. So in terms of ripple effect, when we talk about the smoother traffic, what smoother traffic operations can bring to a city like Bangalore, these are the simple 4 pointers which we'll talk about it. Faster goods movement will actually help in terms of every kind of satisfaction. It will lessen the burden, or the resources would be utilized in a much better way. It will also have a, in terms of the lesser fuel consumption, lesser frustration on the road, followed by you can have a greater economic investment in Bangalore, in our city. Also there will be a greater satisfaction in terms of employees, because you will have a lesser stress on the road. You can plan your travel in a much better way. And the final thing would be, it would attract a global talent, which will again boost our economy. So it's a ripple effect which will actually, you fuel it, you get a benefit out of it. If you much more fuel it, you will much more get benefit out of it. So to achieve this effect, what in Bangalore traffic we are doing it. In next few slides I'm just going to take it through. So first and foremost thing is, for effective traffic management, we have gotten coordinated and collaborated approach. So how does we talk about coordinated and collaborated approach? So the points we talk about here, as in my opening remarks I had mentioned, we have started collecting lot of data through map engines. We have collected data, live data through the network of CCTVs, whatever we have got in Bangalore city. And who and all are the resource managers of Bangalore in terms of what we call it, like a Red Bus or Move in Sync or Ola, Uber. So who and all are our driving partners in Bangalore. So we have had an MOU with them, and we collect lot of data from them. So now to go forward, all the decisions what we take in traffic management are based on the data what we have collected. Of course, earlier what we used to do was, it was more of an experience based, how we have learned it, how we have understood it, how we have grown ourselves. But now coupled with data, these are more better decisions what we are able to take in, and at any point of time we can justify saying that why A or B or C was taken, because it is backed by data. Then of course harnessing technology, because that is the way forward in this world of AI, ML and what we are talking about. So we have also started using technology at a very big scale, about which I'll be just talking more about in further slides. Then whatever data we have got or whatever technology we are using, the most important thing is to share with the stakeholders. Like any person who want to commute through Bangalore, and if he can get or she can get a data first hand, then they can plan their travel in a much better way. So the more we become transparent in sharing it, it becomes very easier. So the medium of sharing also have been opened tenfold. I would believe that use of media channels, of course, which was traditionally there, then use of social media, not only through the influencers and through the people who influences life of day-to-day people, but also with our own social media channels, where we engage all kind of activities to disseminate all sort of information. And the FM medium also, because through FM medium what I understand is, whenever a commuter is specifically traveling, so most of us tend to have a go at FM radio. So these all are the mediums through which we have tried to disseminate first-hand information, which an individual earlier would always feel like I had no idea about when I was traveling through this road. Okay, this would be this is there in the store. So I hope some of you would have had this experience of disseminating information. If not, please try having it. Use our mediums of information to see to it that this information reaches you. And of course, with the current problem of density and all that, the emergency response becomes most important point. I was earlier talking to our Mr. Ashok, director here, and he was talking about the green corridors. Earlier it was given only during night times, but now as we have grown in time and in technology with more resources, so any point of time for any important critical transplantation, the green corridors are being provided at any point of the day, and the numbers are increasing month by month, year by year. Next, what I'm going to talk about is the physical measures, what we take it on the road. Basically, physically what we do it. The simple measures what we do is closure of medians. You travel through a road, you see lot of medians are open to facilitate maybe an apartment, to a school, to a holy place or something like that. So you can't have many medians open because that will again reduce the speed for the subsequent traffic which follows. So we have to be rationally good enough to understand which medians to be opened, which not to be opened, coupled with avoiding the right turn of a traffic, because whenever you try to take a right turn, one lane get blocked and only one lane is available for you to travel. So you have restriction of such thing, it will improve the throughput of traffic in that particular corridor. Again, coupled with that, reducing the phases of the signal. Like you are standing at a junction, if it is a 4-phase signal, you try to reduce it to a 3-phase by cutting the or by restricting right turn and all, it will automatically reduce 20 to 25% of your waiting time on that signal. So reducing the phase time also helps us. So closure of median, turning restrictions, turning right restrictions, then reduction of the phases in signal, coupled with tidal flow, parking restrictions, merging lanes. So all these are simple measures what we take in, day out, based on the feedback of community, local support, and our own experience and the data what we have got to make the traffic movement more and more smoother. Next comes the technology part, what I was talking about. In Bangalore traffic, to be precise, we have got a gamut of technology what we are using it. To start with, we have got a surveillance system of more than 7,000 to 8,000 cameras on which there is a live feed which does AI and ML based analysis are taken upon to take care of all sort of what you call it as violations committed by a road user in terms of like not wearing a helmet or crossing the red light, jumping the signal. So all these basic violations which are done by an individual while driving on the road thinking that no one is watching me are all kept apart, because we have a system where we are able to automatically generate challans with the help of technology. So it saves a lot of time for us basically. Otherwise, earlier you would have had an experience that physically we are stopping people to enforce the traffic discipline. Of course, that measure doesn't go at all, because we need to have sometimes a focused approach where despite use of technology and automatizing things, there will be individuals or the people who will still challenge it. So in those cases only we try to have physical intervention. Otherwise, the whole technology setup is doing it. Except one kind of enforcement which is called as drunken drive. We need to do it physically. We cannot do it on a technology base, but that is also coupled with technology, because every enforcement or every interaction what we do with individual is again backed by technology. There are body worn cameras which every traffic policeman is having in Bangalore. Bangalore city is the only traffic police or only force in whole country which has a complete 100% enforcement done through an technology. So where we are doing it physically, we have evidence always with our which is on our shoulder through our body worn camera, which records every interaction of the individual. So tomorrow there should be no claim by any individual that I had a bitter experience with Bangalore traffic police. So in that way we are harnessing the technologies to ensure that there is an transparency in terms of whatever we are trying to deliver it. In last 1 year, we have also gone into using drone-based surveillance in terms of traffic management, specifically during morning peak hours and evening peak hours, where we have got a dashboard with a license which gives us insights immediately. For example, if a live footage is put through that software, so it will give us insights that okay, there is a jam of say 500 meters or 1 kilometers with these many numbers of vehicles, a segregation of vehicles saying that these many are buses, maybe any ambulance stuck in the traffic, coupled with two-wheelers, four-wheelers, all those segregation, even an auto by its design, again based on technology, it is able to identify and give us an insight about it. So we have got everything what we needed, and based on this, all our decisions are being taken in future course of action. Next comes our in-house app, what we call it as Astram. It is Actionable Intelligence for Sustainable Traffic Management. So this is basically a smart traffic engine which takes care of or it collects all sort of data from different sources and it processes according to our need, and which we are improving based on day-to-day feedback which we are getting from different stakeholders. So as what I spoke in my earlier slide regarding collaborative and community approach, so here also the four most important, it gives us situational awareness, data-driven decisions, then we got an emergency response management, we have got incident reporting. So through this map engine, what we are doing is even an normal citizen, if you download this app, we have got an app also launched for the same name. If you go through a Google Play Store, both for iOS or for Android, you will get an app with the same name. We have two versions for it. One is used by the policemen like us or by the individuals. So you yourself can also involve or collaborate with us in terms of incident reporting. You go through a road, you see something which is a blockage or some problem is there, and you take a photo of it and you just pushed it to us. We will respond to it in fraction of seconds, and maybe our person would reach maybe in less than 5 to 7 minutes to address that issue. So you can also collaborate that way. Other than that, we have got, other than incident reporting, we have also got a mechanism of you being a vigilant or a responsible traffic user. How? You travel through a road or you stay in a society where you find out something wrong or some violation is happening. So you take a click a photo of it, send it to us, we will evaluate it, we will raise a challan on him also for violating all this. So all these coupled features are available through our smart engine. It collects data based on all the resources, gives us informed decisions, incident reporting. We have an event calendar, all the planned events. For example, Dr. Kumar was talking about the IPL now. Yesterday we had an IPL match in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. So surrounding whole Chinnaswamy Stadium, what and all the precautionary measures has to be taken, advisories has to be given, all were already we had put up in our event calendar, and with all that data we were able to bring up a better advisory for the individuals to manage it in a better way. So this smart engine has been very useful to us, which is improving day by day. And to add to it, the same innovation have won a Golden Peacock Award at the international conference which has happened recently. And in May or June, we have been called to Dubai to receive this award. And the last part of the technology what we are talking about, Bangalore is a city which have 500 odd signals, and there are 1,000 junctions which are unmanned or it is still not signalized yet. So out of these 500 signals, we have different categories of it. In the process, in last 7 to 8 months, we have upgraded our signals from around 150 to 160 signals, because by April end we are aiming to do 168 signals, would be totally automized. They are called as adaptive traffic control systems. So what does that do? It does majorly two things. First thing is it works on AI based algorithm which talks about vehicle actuated count. So on a leg of a junction, if you see number of vehicles, if based on that it will give you a green time. After some time, if there is no vehicle on that leg of it, automatically it shifts the time to the next junction. So what does it happen? Earlier what we were doing it was all human intervention, or it was historical data what we have got. Okay, these hours of the day we have this kind of traffic, so our signal timing would be mapped in such a way. When I go into different time of the day, the timings are different, but now it is automatically taken care by our adaptive traffic control system, and the statistic says that 95% of the operations have been now automated. Our people don't indulge into doing into a manual operation at all, except when there is emergency responses or there is some VIP movement involved into it. Other than that, second thing what it is, the main advantage of it is, in a corridor, when we have put this adaptive control system, it communicate with each other and try to give a green passage or a green corridor. So when you travel through first signal, if it is green, it will help you in getting next or the subsequent signal also as a green. So what happened, your waiting time at each and every signal reduces. Some of you would have noticed it is, or most of you would have seen it is very frustrating to get stopped at every signal whenever you travel. So in a process, we are shifting or upgrading all the signals to this technology. Already by April end, it would be in 168 signals would be upgraded. Already 150 have been done, and 9 corridors would be upgraded. So we are going to go corridor wise rather than going randomly. So corridor will give you maximum output out. So this is the way forward which we are banking upon. Already the results what we have got is 15 to 20% reduction in travel time. Only in those corridors I am talking about. You might not see the whole advantage of it or the benefit of it, because it will happen only in some pockets, some need to know basis. Maybe you would have experienced that. But yeah, we have got data to justify it and to make it more. So of course the reduction in travel time, increase in throughput, speeds are increasing. It will help us in totality. There are some of the articles which is published by leading newspapers have spoken about the same thing, and even the feedback from our staff who are there in day out in any kind of weather or climate what we called, also have felt that yes, manual operations have reduced, dependency have reduced, and now we are feeling it better, that we are better equipped. The way forward or the future strategies, so already we have been doing some part of it which would have 100% had an impact on the economic growth of our city. And the future thing what we are talking about is there might be a concept, or people have been talking about congestion pricing, maybe central business district or places where they are hugely congested, so we should have a congestion pricing. So there are talks about it, and we have also given our input how it can be implemented, if it has to be implemented in future. Also tax breaks or giving some sort of supplements or some sort of advantage to the people who wants to do different things in helping or easing out traffic, like staggered timings could be, or using a public transport. Whoever wants to use a public transport in early hours or non-peak hours, maybe they could be given some discounts. All those discussions and policy things are under the process, which we might be seeing in near future. Of course, another aspect is the traffic impact assessment. Now we have seen situations where some of the commercial complexes or buildings or infrastructure have come up without really undergoing the study of traffic impact. What that infrastructure will be once it comes or becomes fully operationalized, or it will have an impact on the day-to-day movement of the traffic. So that also has to be it has to be done on a day-to-day basis, or on every project basis it has to be done. So this, and then of course adaptive signal, which I have spoken about. Last thing is this digital twin, what we are talking about. We also have this technology of digital twin. Example of again a Chinnaswamy Stadium or anything around Vidhan Soda, Kaban Park. If any event has to happen, we have made a model of it where we put in data and simulate it to understand what will be the impacts. And going forward, the digital twin, we want to make it more live in nature, where we give it real-time input and it gives. Now what we are doing it on static data, already the historical data what we have got. Going forward, we want to do it in a more of a live manner. And the last thing would be the rope operations, removing obstructive parking citywide in terms of better enforcement. So if we, you all would be also appreciating or would have noticed that when you are traveling through a road and if someone, one vehicle is parked on the left side of the road, it creates lot of traffic snares for everybody. So taking or enforcing such stringent measures will also have a better effect on it. At the end, of course, the ripple effect which we have talked about. My closing line would be the road or the road for the prosperity of the, it cannot be fumed or it could not be wide only with terms of what we wanted, or it should be a smoother one by bold ideas and better coordination. I hope I was able to touch upon and what was given to me as a part of topic, and we in Bangalore Traffic Police are really working hard in terms of putting things in a better way to boost our economic growth. Thank you.